are black people allowed to come and live here?
Okay. Anybody who wants to live here or who wants to live in Orania goes through a process because there's a company and a management instrument in charge of the property. You apply. So the first step that you do is you actually take fingerprints. Why do we take fingerprints? Because we do not want criminals in Kleinfontein. So if your fingerprints are taken and you've been in jail 3 or 4 times for stealing, we'll probably right at the onset of the fingerprints say, sorry, you're not welcome here. Then the next step is you complete a questionnaire. And in that questionnaire, you have to explain why do you want to join an Afrikaner community. And a good answer will be, well, my father is Afrikaans, my mother is Afrikaans, all my children are Afrikaans. Afrikaans is my first language. I respect the 16th of December as Day of the Vow. My great-great-grandfather was in the Great Track. Those are all the correct...
On May 2nd, 2025, the economic freedom fighters gathered at the gates of Kleinfontein, draped in their signature red berets, to demand that the Afrikaner-only settlement be brought into compliance with South Africa's non-racial zoning laws. The EFF has framed this protest as a necessary stand against what they describe as the enduring spatial legacies of apartheid, insisting that no community should be allowed to exclude the majority on the basis of race. EFF leaders handed over a memorandum to the city of Tshwane, calling for urgent enforcement of municipal regulations and an end to what they see as legally untenable segregation. Do you think this march will prompt the changes the EFF seeks, or might it harden positions on both sides? Residents and advocates of Kleinfontein, however, maintain that their community represents cultural self-determination rather than racial exclusion. Established under a share block scheme in 1992, Kleinfontein's founders point to Article 185 of the Constitution, which protects the rights of cultural, linguistic, and religious communities to associate. For them, the settlement is not about excluding non-Afrikaners, but about preserving a unique heritage and lifestyle. Is there a way to respect cultural identity while also ensuring equitable access to land and resources? The scene was tightly policed, with more than 50 vehicles from both government and private security forces, including armored carriers and water cannon trucks, deployed around the community entrance. Supporters of the security presence argue it was necessary to maintain order, while critics say it served more to intimidate than to protect. What do you think? Did this show of force safeguard public safety, or did it send the wrong message about whose voices matter in South Africa's democracy? This demonstration comes after the Gauteng High Court upheld the city of Tshwane's right to enforce bylaws against Kleinfontein, citing failures in proper township development and zoning compliance. Yet the settlement continues to operate under its cultural association model. Does the constitutional right to cultural autonomy override municipal planning regulations, or should local laws take precedence when broader public interests are at stake? We'd love to know your perspective on this complex issue. Do you believe protests like this can bridge the divides left by history, or do they risk deepening mistrust between communities? Share your thoughts in the comments, give this video a like if you found it insightful, and subscribe for more balanced coverage of the debates shaping South Africa's future.